And now, this is what you've been waiting for, Michigan Mike's College Picks. Welcome back, everybody, to Week 5. I am your co-host, Mr. Michigan Mike. Over here to the left is Mr. P.L. Coulter. What's going on?
What's going on, Michigan Mike?
Oh, let's ready to talk about college football. Did you watch some games last weekend?
Yes, sir. The Florida State comeback was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that was pretty and just to see and Winston show up in pads and his coach is like, did you not get that memo?
Wow, Jameis Winston, man, you gotta love it.
Man, and he's in the tabloids again, so we'll see how that goes.
Right.
We're going to start off doing our weekly rankings of the different conferences, the top 5 or the big 5 conferences. We'll start with the number 1, SEC does not change. Number 2, Big 12 does not change. But at the third spot, we seem to have some type of tie.
We got a tie?
Yeah, we got a tie. Pac-12 and Big 10.
Pac-12 and Big 10.
Big 10, yeah. The reason why I look at it as Indiana beat Missouri, which was one of the ranked SEC team.
That was a good win for the Big 10.
Yeah, that was a big win. And they played the ACC 3 times and won all 3 times. So They're playing quality teams, not easy teams like some of these other conferences. So I have to give them up to them, and I would put them at a tie. How are we going to decide that, Paul?
Right. How are we going to decide that, man? A tie?
Yeah. Since I do have a quarter here, we'll just call it in the air. And what are you going to call it?
All right. I got Big 10 heads.
Okay, so heads. All right. Man, that was tails. So. All right. Well, we'll give Pac-12 the third spot, and we will give the Big 10 the 4th spot. ACC, sorry, you only have one team that is ranked or relevant, and
they held on by a string last
They
Saturday.
barely won. I know their quarterback was out, but it looks like he's getting into trouble, and we'll see how that ends up. But they had a chance. They played 3 Big 10 schools, and they had a chance to move up in my book or in America's book as well. And they lost all 3 times.
It's still Florida State a bust.
Yep. So Big 10, you definitely need to hope that Florida State loses.
Definitely.
So let's look out for that one. So I have a couple games to watch out for.
Okay.
Tennessee at Georgia. That'll be a good game. I do have Georgia winning that one by probably about 14 points. Stanford at Washington. That's an upset pick for me. Stanford's favored in it. So I'm going to pick Washington on that one.
Okay, you're taking Washington straight up with the win?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Washington.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have Minnesota at Michigan. We can talk about Michigan after this, but I'm going to choose Michigan on this one. I know what you're going to say, but Minnesota hasn't been playing very good either. So they've actually been playing probably worse than Michigan, if you can even imagine that.
That's hard to imagine.
That is hard to imagine. Now,
we interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring to you Michigan Mike's State of the Union address from Michigan football.
All right, Michigan Nation. About to keep it real for y'all here a little bit.
Please keep it real.
Man, we got to keep it real for them. This football season has been atrocious. Atrocious. I actually have a couple people on my list we're going to start with the players. Let's start with the players. Well,
okay.
There's certain plays that have been going on to where they just won't complete the play. Or they won't, the defense has been pretty good. I'll stay away from the defense on this segment. The defense has played really good in my image. And just, let's start with Garner. Quarterback.
You got to start with the quarterback.
Not making the right throws. There'll be a wide open, some of the players are wide open. Corner routes, post routes, wide open, and he just throws at the ground.
It's the turnovers. You can't have the turnovers, and he's regressed since under the lights too.
We thought in the postseason or the off season that he was going to get bigger, better. He actually slowed down in speed, so we're like, okay, maybe he's going to be more of a pocket passer, which is what we need. But he just lost his speed and didn't get better as quarterback.
Right, and one thing he had was his escapability, and it seems like they're designing to keep him in the pocket, and he's just not getting it done.
Yeah. So I think we gotta start putting the backup in on as quarterback, and Gardner's gonna be gone after this anyway. So
it's time for him to slide to receiver and make his play for the NFL.
Yeah.
Take one for the team.
Take one for the team. Now let's go to the offensive coordinator, which was getting a lot of praise before season. I will admit, Nussmeier, he was supposed to be good. He came from Alabama, won championships, and then we got him. So, okay, our offense is going to change to more of a power offense. But still, you run the ball on a second 22? Second and 22.
You're shut out for the first time in 30 years. The Rich Rod era.
In both losses, we have not scored an offensive touchdown.
That's unfathomable for the University of Michigan. And one of those were home games.
Yeah, Notre Dame game, we had more offensive yards, but yet we lost. Turnovers. And not executing in the red zone, because we'll drive again, especially against Utah. We would drive down, and then we get to about the 40, and then it's like we're scared of the red zone. Like, oh no, we can't. Let's just start running the ball, and the pass has been working for you, so
right.
Let's go with the pass.
A very frustrating game to watch, that Utah game.
I'm gonna skip over this next one because head coach. That one's gonna be about 15 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. But it's gonna be our longer segment. And go to the athletic director.
The athletic director?
Yeah, because he's the one that hires these coaches, especially this head coach.
That's true.
So we're gonna talk more about him later. But we gotta spend some money on the head coach, man.
Okay, so let's back up. So that's an indictment on Hoke. You're saying it's time for him to go?
Yeah, it's time for him to go. We have enough money at Michigan to, I don't want to say overpay, but we can spend a lot of money on a good coach.
We can buy out a contract.
Yes, let's not settle for a Rich Rod or a Brady Hoke. No.
Right. It's time to go and snag a top tier coach to come and lead your program.
Yeah,
you have the resources to do it.
And you actually said something last week. What did you say? The NFL coach?
John Harbaugh. Now, I'm going to make a plea for the 49ers to please tank their season so John Harbaugh have an easy exit to get out of there. John, we're going to pay you. We're going to pay you nicely. We'll pay the whole 49er organization.
And did you hear what his response was to all those talks?
I did not.
He said, I have little interest. Little interest means he's interested. Right. He don't want to say anything because he's still coaching right now. That's what that means. If he had no interest, he said, I have no interest in going down in collegiate.
Let's ask Coach Harbaugh again once the 49ers are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, then he's going to be like, well, we're going to, after this season, I'm going to talk to my wife and kids. That's how it's going to go.
Right, the coach speak.
Yeah, the coach talk. I
vote Harbaugh. He's a Michigan coach. He's a Michigan man. He was quarterback for Michigan, for goodness sake. He has pride. He has a pipeline. He was even successful at the collegiate level at Stanford. I like Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Even before Saban, I was talking Saban.
Or Saban.
You got to think. He started at Michigan State as assistant. He went to LSU, changed that program around. He went to Alabama, changed that program to where they're winning championships again. He likes the challenge, and most of all, he likes the money.
He loves the money.
Exactly.
Right. And he loves a reclamation project.
And he likes tradition, too.
Right.
So, who doesn't have money and tradition besides Michigan?
Let's not forget who Alabama was nationally before he got there.
Exactly. That's my pick, but I like both of our picks.
Either one could lead us well into the future.
And at least both of those coaches wear headsets, and we will go into that topic.
The headset.
We'll go into the head coach, Coach Brady Hoke.
Coach Hoke.
Lately I haven't even been calling him Coach anymore. I've just been calling him Hoke.
Oh, wow.
But let's go. I've said something on Twitter and saying I at least want a coach that has a headset. I don't understand how our head coach does not have a headset.
What do you mean a coach that has a headset? What do you mean?
A coach that physically has a headset on. He doesn't have to have or talk into the mic. He can have some of the head coaches wear with the mic up.
Right.
So that means they're not talking into it.
So why would it be important?
Because they can listen to what the coordinators are saying or what the offensive coaches are saying to each other when it's offense out there. Or defense, he can listen into what the defense coordinators are seeing up there, bird's eye view, and see what's going on. Gotcha. He doesn't have a headset. He doesn't know what's going on. He looks lost most of the time when he's on the sideline. Like, we watching the game or even at the games will have a better view of what's going on besides him.
That's happened more than several occasions.
Like, can you trade those sunglasses and get a headset, please? And I know a lot of people have been saying, or some people have been saying, that they don't think the head or the actual mic or headset will matter. That could actually go both ways, because you could say, like, he's so bad of a head coach that even giving him a headset is not going to help him, which I could probably agree with. But
wow.
But just saying that a head coach doesn't need a headset, like, no. You name any collegiate coach, any NFL at that matter. I mean, could you imagine if NFL quarterback didn't have, or a coach didn't have a headset?
That would be hard to imagine, right?
Yeah. But I'm going to name off some top coaches, and let's see if they. I don't think any of these.
Stop playing, Mike.
We're going to go.
Coaches of what? What are we talking about?
Of college football.
Okay.
We got David Shaw, Stanford, headset. Jimbo Fisher, Florida State, headset. Mark D'Antonio, Michigan State, headset. Steve Spurrier, headset. Les Miles, headset. We got Bob Stoops, headset. And, of course, Nick Saban, headset. And you know what they all have in common as well? They're all on the sideline, jumping on the field, pointing at players, getting them. Like, we don't ever see Hoke doing that. He's just on the sideline, crossing his arms with his sunglasses.
The ultimate spectator sport.
What is he doing? Like, if you want to be a fan, like, okay, well, scoot back. Like, let someone else jump in there with the headset on. Like,
nice.
I just don't. I don't understand how you can be a head coach and not know what's going on. If you know an offensive coordinator is calling plays and he's calling a run play on 2nd and 22, that's when you say, you know what, coach, we should probably pass on this one. That's when your offensive coordinator goes, okay, let's do this pass play then. Done.
So is he completely absolved? I mean, the offense has gone in the tank this season.
I don't know, because, you know, I think I've seen him wear a headset one time out of his 3-4 years here, and that was it, one time. And I'll remember, because I was griping at him the first time because he never wore one, and I was like, why does he not? And then he put one on, and then
that's a very low ratio.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't get it. I want to know. I would ask him, and especially in the meetings, like, oh, coach, I mean, we just, we don't have. We're not focused, blah, blah. Oh, yeah? You're not focused? That's a coach problem.
That's a bad look.
If your players are not focused, like, come on.
Right, that's a bad look to say at a press conference.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what else to say. He don't know what went on. Yeah, we lost. It almost seems like when and then he gets mad at Madison for getting hyped when defense scored a touchdown. Remember that? He was out all into his face. Like, at least your coach is jumping up and down because his defense scored a touchdown for you because your offense can't score, or the whole team offense can't score. But don't yell at him. I mean, like, come on. Like, at least he's getting up and crazy, but you're not. You're gonna yell at your own coach. Like, come on.
Well, maybe he was asking him what happened because he didn't.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so is there a scenario that you can envision where Hope can keep his job this year?
Yeah, I mean, okay, if he beats Michigan State,
yes.
If he beats Ohio, and if we get into a bowl game, we have to get into a bowl game, and we have to win.
So nothing less than a rival sweep and a bowl victory.
Yeah, from here on out.
Yeah, we might have to holler at you, Coach.
I mean, I guess anything could happen, but the way we're playing now, no, I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see that happening.
But if y'all have any questions or comments, y'all can always reach me on Twitter at Michael Hasso. That's MichaelJasso. And you can always reach my co-host at
PL Culture. That's at PLCOLTER.
All right. And remember, you play to win the game. Go Blue.
Go Blue.